Hi, it's Marco, and in this video, I want to tell you about my favorite P2P lending platforms at the moment in this month of August 2023. So I decided to do this more frequent format to really give you the latest trends in the field of P2P lending. And well, rather than boring you with a long list of all the P2P lending platforms that I talk about on my site, there are a lot of good ones. I just wanted to share four with you for very different reasons actually. So I will share with you a platform that, let's say, that is rock solid, I use for many years, it has good returns. Share with you as well a platform that I like more and more. I share with you a platform that has one of the highest returns for a safe platform that I found at the moment. And also, I want to use this new format to tell you about new platforms that I recently discovered. So that will be the last platforms I want to tell you about. So to start this video, just a little bit of background about how to actually pick those platforms, how to actually come up with those. They have to pass all the safety checks that I always do for all platforms. I always check, for example, the license situation with the platform. I also check the team behind the platform. That's very important. I check where the projects or the loans on the platforms are coming from. That's also very important in terms of if there's a problem with the platform one day. And of course, I check all the financial aspects. So how much is the returns? What is their default rate? Do they have all the features that I want to see on a peer-to-peer lending platform? Buyback guarantee, secondary market, auto invest function, all of that I check as well to come up with those platforms. Also, I want to say that all the platforms you will hear about in this video are platforms that I invest myself with my own money. I invest on those platforms. So it's not to give a list out of nowhere. It's actually platforms I have myself in my portfolio. The first one I wanted to mention to start this list is VI Invest. So VI Invest is a platform that I've been invested on for a lot of time. So over 5 years now that I actually invested on this platform. They are like what I call a rock solid platform. They're actually one of the few platforms that is completely regulated. So it's basically like an investment firm. They actually have the investment brokerage license. So it's one of the most difficult licenses to get. They actually decided to go further than getting this European crowdfunding license. So they're really a heavily regulated platform. The returns on the platform are up to 13%. That's what I actually also get myself. I'm around 12 at the moment on this platform. So it's not the highest returns you can get on all platforms out there, but it's definitely a very safe platform. You are also covered by the European scheme to protect your funds in case something goes wrong with the platform. So up to 20,000 euros. That's already guaranteed by the European Union because they actually have this license on the platform. So that's very nice if you, for example, are afraid that this is a risky investment. Your funds are actually guaranteed in case something happens with the platform. And of course, they have everything now to see on the platform, like auto invest function that works very well, buyback guarantee on all loans. So definitely a very solid platform. If you are starting out, you want just a platform that works, it's been there for a long time, it's fully regulated, then VI Invest is definitely a platform to consider. The next platform I wanted to tell you about is Debitum. So Debitum is also a platform I invested on for a long time now. I didn't really invest a lot on the platform because historically it had returns that were slightly lower than other platforms in the field. They were more around 9%, which is still great. But the reason is that they actually focus solely on business loans. Whereas other platforms, most platforms I will tell you about in this video, focus on consumer loans. So for cars, for buying things, for renovating the house. Whereas here, it's really for businesses. So the advantage that it's really safer because businesses are much easier to understand. It's much easier to do due diligence on businesses, for example. So historically, it's also been a much safer platform, no defaults, for example, on this platform. And you get buyback guarantee still on all loans. But interest rates were actually lower. That changed recently. They are now above 10%. And recently, they actually added some loan originator, which have over 12% return. So it's actually on the same level as all the platforms out there that are on the consumer loans. So, as I mentioned before, I like this platform more and more because it's also fully regulated. So we really invest in a regulated environment with the scheme, protection scheme I was mentioning before. Now you get also good interest rates, up to 12% on the platform, and you get the additional safety that comes from investing in business loans. Definitely also a platform to consider. The next platform I wanted to mention here is called High5. So this is a more recent platform. I've been only investing on this platform for about a year, but it passes all the checks I told you about before. They actually are a very transparent platform. That's one of the main points to sell the platform, that it's a transparent platform. They also have one of the highest returns that I saw on the field. So for example, they advertise that they have nearly 16% of return per year. I am more around 14. That's what most of the loans I see on the platform now, but still it's higher than most of the platforms out there. So of course it's a smaller platform, right? If you just see number of investors, they have about 3,000 investors that invested about 15 million euros so far. That's what some platforms do in a month, right? So it's a much newer platform, but if you're looking for maybe a little bit higher risk, so again, it passes all the checks I usually do, but it doesn't have this long track record that I usually have on other platforms like Debitum or Via Invest. But if you're looking for a platform with slightly higher returns to really, for example, put more yield in your portfolio with slightly riskier investments, this is definitely a platform that you should consider. So that's the third platform I want to tell you about. Finally, the last platform that I want to tell you about today is called LoanVest. So LoanVest is a platform that I recently added to my portfolio. So it's, I think the last month actually, I started to add that to my portfolio. It's a brand new platform, so again, not a lot of track record or anything really to say about the platform. It passes also all my safety checks. I actually made an interview recently with the CEO of LoanVest where we discussed all of that. I will of course link to that in the notes of this video. But what's really different about the platform, that what I really like, me that it's a control freak, they actually control their loan originators. So if you take some other company, they would usually use third-party loan originators, right? They would basically make deals with lending companies to offer loans on the platforms. That makes sense because that's what they do. They actually offer those loans to investors via their platforms, therefore P2P lending platforms. Here, they actually control everything. So not only they control the platform itself, but also the loan originators are companies that are controlled by LoanVest here. So all the platforms, all the loan originators that you will find on this platform are actually controlled by them. So for example, on credit, they are in Poland, Sri Lanka and Vietnam that are currently on the platform with different interest rates. They are all controlled by LoanVest. And this is really a nice advantage compared to other platforms because, well, they have full transparency, right? On some other platforms, you might see some numbers coming from loan originators, or not, by the way. And well, that's just what they report, right? But here you're actually sure, because it's the same company, that the numbers coming from those loan originators are actually correct. And you have full transparency on it. You can really explore all the metrics about those loan originators. So that's really something that we appreciate, that actually you invest in some environment where everything is controlled by this lending company. So that's why I wanted to really add LoanVest here. Again, watch the interview I made with their CEO. He's a very cool guy, and we discussed about the platform and also the field of peer-to-peer lending. It was a really interesting interview, I think. So that was basically the 4 platforms I wanted to tell you about in this month of August 2023. So again, to sum up, we had one very solid, long track record platform, perfect for beginners, Via Invest. Debitum, if you want to invest in something a bit different in terms of business loans, also super safe and a long track record, and now also good interest rates. You had High5 if you want a platform that is like newer but also with higher interest rates. And finally, if you want some innovative platform that's really offers something different in the fact that they control all the loan originators, you can consider LoanVest as well. They also have very nice interest rates, like from 12 to 14 and even 15% for some loan originators. So that was my pitch for August 2023. What do you think about it? Then leave some comments just below the video. If you have any questions about the selection, please leave them in the comment as well. I also put all links to all the platforms I mentioned inside this video, just below the video, and also more information to learn more about those platforms. And that being said, thank you again for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.